Good morning. I'm Robert Stevenson, the owner of RS Investment Group, and I'm the landlord, property owner, and this is Derek.
My name is Derek Atherton, owner of Maximum Athletics.
And we are here to formally ask that you guys reconsider last week's ruling regarding some parking signs or no parking signs that were placed up and down our property. And
Yeah, on the two streets are Sweet Gum and Red Bay. The business I have is a gymnastics school, and at the end of the evening, we usually have plenty of parking, but there are occasions where I'll have a grandma or an extra parent who wants to come watch, that we end up with a little bit of overflow. And we've been pretty much sticking to our side of the street, and but they've since now put parking signs up both sides of the street. We would like to see if we could have that put on next week's agenda to re-talk about maybe removing the signs just on our side of the street, or even maybe limiting the parking time between 5 and 7, because it's only a 2-hour time period that I have an issue. So that was really all.
Again, on this item, I would refer you to Commissioner Noack if you want to visit with him after court, Commissioner.
You can visit with the county attorney's office.
Okay.
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you. All right, is there
Consider and approve establishing a no parking zone and placing of no parking anytime signs on both sides of Red Bay Circle from 580 feet west of Sweet Gum Road to 480 feet east of Sweet Gum Road, and on both sides of Sweet Gum Road from Red Bay Circle to 580 feet south of Red Bay Circle. Is that clear? I know we have several people here to speak on that, so Judge, do you call them by this, or do they just come up?
this is a public hearing, but they did sign up to speak, so I'll just call them off this list. If there's any others, they can speak. David Cannon?
Thank you for coming.
Name's David Cannon, resident of Precinct 3 at the corner right behind the gymnasium of Red Bay and Sweet Gum. The gym owner knew that he didn't have adequate parking before he built the gym. The traffic backup's excessive since it was a residential area, has always been a residential area. And the Red Bay and Sweet Gum intersection, or both streets really, are really getting tore up because of the excessive traffic. So I think it's going to be needing to be repaired by the tax dollars much, much, much sooner than had been expected, I'm sure. And the unintended consequence of the gym is very it's a big issue for all the neighbors surrounding the area.
Yes, sir.
And because it was supposed to be a custom home, and he knew that when he built it for business. Hundreds of kids dart out between the cars, could potentially dart out between these cars that are parked on both sides of the road, so the emergency vehicle could barely get through if he had to. And we had a fire 3 weeks ago, I think it was, and this custom home was right up backed up to the woodlands, just 20 feet from the woodlands, and his whole garage burnt down. And I don't imagine if that would have happened during a day where these cars were parked up and down each sides of the road, that I don't think a fire truck would have been able to maneuver in and out, because even then there was rubberneckers and people onlooking that made it difficult for the fire truck to get in and out to save this home. It could have been any one of our homes. And so that's it. Basically, the safety is what I want to stress, and request respectfully for the no parking signs be put up along that way.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I certainly understand.
Carl and Lisa Cannon? Good morning.
Good morning, Carl Cannon, Precinct 3. Did y'all get a little packet that were supposed
Yes,
to be
did you put that together?
distributed?
It's great. We were just looking at the massive backup.
If you could just kind of flip through and appreciate some of the pictures
Absolutely.
and just envision fire trucks and an ambulance trying to get through. This is just a 2-lane road that services the entire neighborhood. There's one road in and one road out. And you see cars park, they shouldn't even be parking in the easement, period, but they even park halfway into the street. And you literally can't get through there. And like they were saying, kids are running across back and forth. It's just a terrible safety issue for the residents as well as the people there. There are environmental issues as well, too, with people parking in the easement and getting out. The fence that was put around the gym is not in the correct location. It's in the easement.
Correct.
And the septic system is in the easement. And the septic is spraying over these kids and such going into the gym. It's in our easement. So there's a lot of issues here. We could go way more than 3 minutes, especially if you would just take some time looking at the pictures. And if you have
bad.
questions...
I've been out there myself. I know how bad it is. I've asked the guys to put these. Unfortunately, it's brought to our attention. It takes some time. We have to agenda the item, then wait so many days and put it on here. But I know y'all are going through. It's a bad situation, and I believe this court's going to fix it today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For your comments.
Thank you.
Deanna Jensen.
Thank you for allowing me just to take a minute. And I also am in the neighborhood out there. We live towards the back, and I just want to highlight the issue for just regular drivers coming up on that gym from the back side to the front side approaching Branch Crossing. That stop sign at Sweet Gum Road and Red Bay is rarely stopped at by the people that circle through the gymnastic. They use it like a C-shaped driveway, and they just go in and out. And we have teenage drivers, and they know that they're not to go on that road if there's a car coming, because more than likely they're not going to stop. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. And I've been so grateful to see Montgomery Precinct 3 trucks out there and put up speed limit signs, do those things that keep our neighborhood safe, because it's a quiet place down there.
Great.
And it's known among the teenage community as a place to go, and that's item 4 on my list, just that there are suspicious activities that happen out there. And because of the logistics of where we are placed, we don't get police coverage much out there, and it takes a long time to get policemen out there. When the fire happened, when we have to call in, we've had some vandalism that's happened out there, and the kids know that, and so they sit at the end of Burr Oak Trace, and they sit at the end of Shagbark, and you can see the kids driving down, and they go fast. They're down there a little while, and then they come back. So if you ever want to get your quotas on your tickets or anything like that, but also in your efforts to kind of police those areas with all of the, and you can see the shroud, everything on the ground from when these kids have been out there and they cross private property barriers. And in light of that, just those 3 stop signs along Red Bay where people just, and the street that we live on Burr Oak Trace, when you come to that stop sign, you have to encroach into the street to see past all of the brush, to see who's coming. It's a Y-shaped street, and so just taking a look at the infrastructure out there maybe at those stop
Absolutely.
signs.
And Evan, the gentleman back here, he'll get with you, and we'll get some of those issues addressed and get law enforcement
Okay.
over there. And tell Doctor hello. If you see Maverick out there, say
I
hello.
will. I will. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I'm grateful for you.
Okay. Any other comments on this item? Okay. Precinct 4.
Was there David? Oh, no, we got them all. Thank you.